Good evening, Raider baseball fans. And it's game 2 of a bi-district series between the Canyon Cougars and your Rouse Raiders. Good evening, everyone. I'm Michael Francis alongside the one, the only, Mr. Jonathan Kaspar. Got a big crowd here tonight. Steve Kithill is in the house. So a lot of Rouse faithful, people trying to get here from work. And it's going to be a great contest. And what a nail-biter it was last night, Jonathan.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, it was everything we expected it to be. These teams, 3 years now in a row, they're meeting in the bi-district championships and around. And, it didn't let down. It didn't disappoint. I mean, it was great offense, good defense. I mean, it was just an all-around great game.
All-around great game, and what a thrill it was, for sure. The Canyon Cougars out of District 26-5A come into tonight 25-6 overall on the season. They're 12-2 in district champions out of 26-5A. They are coached by Nick Kozel, 7 years with 101 career victories. He's assisted by Derek Dunaway, Mickey Scott, Dustin Horner, Reese McKinney, and they have 8 returning starters. Their 2022 record, 27-9, 13-3. Overall, they were the district champion and the regional finalists, as we mentioned last night, losing to the eventual state champion Georgetown Eagles. The Rouse Raiders out of District 25-5A are 22-10 on the season, 9-5 in district play. They are coached by Chad Crimping, 22 years as a head coach with 473 wins. He is assisted by Josh Harris, Dan LaPaglia, and Will Noble. The Raiders seeded 4th in district play with 9 returning starters. They come off a 2022 season with a 23-10-1 record, 10-4 in district play, and were a bi-district finalist, losing to the New Braunfels Canyon Cougars in the bi-district round. They were district co-champs and were the 4th seed out of District 25-5A. So we have some scores for you available from last night. Cedar Park did not play, so their game 1 is tonight, and Jonathan will go over those scores.
Yeah, very interesting change-up this year where normally it's been the Friday single game, double game on Saturday. Some had that, some didn't. Some, like Liberty Hill, played last night and have started at 5 today, as well as Cedar Park started at 5 today, having a doubleheader and then a game on Saturday if needed. Game last night, unfortunately, Rouse did fall to Canyon 5-4 in the 8th inning with a walk-off. Smithson Valley dispensing of Buda Hayes 7-2. Liberty Hill did fall to Bernie Champion, and as Michael mentioned, Cedar Park does get underway tonight in Game 1, and I will do my best to have scores throughout the afternoon as the evening progresses.
Another score in the area for the Georgetown Eagles. They defeated the Navarro Vikings 11-0. Riley Leininger getting the victory in that contest in a 5-inning shutout.
And I also did hear Eastview won their game 1, making the playoffs, and so did Marble Falls in their new district. So
awesome.
all of our guys that have left us faring well in their respective district play.
The lineup to this evening for the Canyon Cougars, leading off will be the center fielder, number 13, Isaac Irureta Goyina. He will be followed by the shortstop, number 30, Cayman Cantu. Number 22, Will Canalicchio, the first baseman, will be batting 3rd. Batting 4th will be the starting pitcher, number 2, Sam Ortiz. Batting 5th will be the left fielder, number 10, Evan Janner. Batting 6th will be the right fielder, number 18, Elijah Farley. Batting 7th will be number 17, Jackson Kinsey at 3rd base. Batting 8th will be the designated hitter, number 6, Kyle Head. He will be hitting for the catcher, number 16, Colin Ott. And rounding out the order will be the second baseman, number 1, Trip Villanueva. For your Rouse Raiders, leading off will be the second baseman, number 9, Rainer Heinrich. Batting 2nd will be the center fielder, number 10, Landon Miller. Batting 3rd will be the left fielder, number 7, Caden Kaspar. Batting 4th will be the designated hitter, number 8, Oscar Salazar. He will be hitting for the starting pitcher tonight, number 15, Trey Schluter. Batting 5th will be the first baseman, number 34, Nolan Harris. Batting 6th will be the right fielder, number 2, Mikey Caputo. Batting 7th will be the third baseman, number 3, Blake Gonzalez. Batting 8th will be number 12, Joe Sparshoe at short. And rounding out the order will be the catcher, number 22, Nathan Miller.
Yeah, and again, we're seeing, a few changes. Obviously, welcoming Oscar Salazar back to the lineup this evening, so hopefully to give our boys the boost that they need. And, we'll see what happens from there, but it does look like they're getting ready for the playing of the national anthem.
And so we will take a moment for the national anthem, and we'll be right back with you. Thank you for tuning in and watching Rouse Raider Baseball on SHN Sports. We'll be back in a moment. It's baseball time in Texas as we're ready to get underway with Game 2 of this bi-district series. Canyon holding the edge. They win and move on. The Raiders win or go home.
2 and Q or win and play tomorrow at Canyon at 2 o'clock is scheduled first pitch. And
defensively for the Raiders, on the mound at number 15, Trey Schluter. Behind the plate, number 22, Nathan Miller. At first base, number 34, Nolan Harris. At second base, number 9, Rainer Heinrich. At third base, number 3, Blake Gonzalez. At shortstop, number 12, Joe Sparshoe. In left field, number 7, Caden Kaspar. In center field, number 10, Landon Miller. And in right field, number 2, Mikey Caputo.
Muted.
The wind is really whipping here right now as it's changed from the southeast, and it's blowing from right to left.
Yeah, and what we didn't have last night was that strong wind that we usually expect. I know we talked a little bit about it. It was a really muggy night, real humid, real thick air, and just stale air. I mean, the flag in left field at Canyon Cougar Field was still moving, but not anywhere close to what we're seeing here for our Game 2 at Rouse. And for those that are watching at home, you will notice the beautiful, beautiful addition to our infield with the halo surrounding behind home plate. So really anticipated and love seeing this here.
Leading off for the Cougars, number 13, Isaac Irureta-Goyena makes his way to the plate for his first at-bat of the night. Trey Schluter has the sign. He winds and deals for a strike. That gets the outside corner for strike one.
Great start to the game there for Trey. Great competitive pitcher is Trey Schluter.
A breaking ball, this one fouled off, and Irureta-Goyena in an 0-2 count.
Yeah, and this would normally be the spot for Oscar Salazar, but, definitely Trey is up to the task. And
the 0-2 pitch, a fastball, misses low for ball one. Sarah checking in. Good luck, Raiders. Keeping my finger, toes, legs, and eyes crossed. Oh, no, not eyes. I got to watch the game.
Nice one.
The 1-2 pitch, a breaking ball inside for ball two. That will even things up. Cayman Cantu on deck. Same officiating crew as we had last night. Breaking ball fouled off.
Yeah, I was going to say the same four-man crew out there, just with a quick rotation, as is the norm. Catcher or home plate umpire moves to third to second, and so on and so forth, giving them all a fresh set of eyes back there if it does go 3 games.
Schluter with the 2-2 pitch. Fastball, this is hit up the middle. Sparshu has it. It's short. The throw to first in time, and that will do it for Irureta Goyena for out number 1.
Tell you what, a nice, shiny new baseball. Man, it is glowing from up here as it bounced across the infield there.
And Sparshu really set up on that really good and waited for that ball to come in and made a good plant and a solid throw to first.
By all means, let's get started on the right foot and make quick work of the easy plays.
Cantu will take for ball 1. Canalicchio on deck.
Yeah, and Trey Schluter, you're not really going to see a lot of ups or downs from this young man. I mean, he's really poised and does well on the mound.
Swing and a miss. Grandma Shoddy checking in. Let's go, little Shoddy and the Raiders. Grandma and Grandpa Shoddy watching tonight from Michigan. The great state of Michigan. Probably nice and cool up there. The 1-1 pitch in for a strike. 1-2 the count to Cantu. This umpire keeping his calls close.
He was very nonchalant.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always the fun thing to try to pick up, and really got to watch these guys with hawk eyes, to make sure we see what's going on down there if we can't hear it.
Swing and a miss on an inside fastball for strike 3, and that will do it for Cantu. The home plate umpire from last night is located behind third base.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct. Yes, sir. That is the rotation that they work normally through the and these are traveling crews, so these guys know each other well. I don't think they are, new to each other and how they play the game, call the game.
Canalicchio will take for ball 1. Ortiz on deck.
Yeah, the one defensive change we do have for this game versus game 1 is having Nathan Miller behind the plate to catch Trey Schluter, where Xander is itching and ready to go if needed.
1. That pitch misses outside for ball 2. 2-0 the count to Canalicchio.
And starting to see a lot of Glenn guys here coming in to watch the game.
That pitch gets the outside corner again. He keeps that tight to his vest right there. I was like, that looked like a good pitch. he just had a little finger point just off the side. He doesn't go way out with his.
No, exactly. Not very animated.
Yeah, not very animated at all. The 2-1 pitch. This is cut on and hit to Gonzalez at third. The throw to first, and it will go in the dirt and to the backstop. And Canalicchio will reach on the error. That'll go E5 on the throw.
Yeah, Nolan doing his best attempt there to dig that one out, and unfortunately came up empty as it gets past him, but it's okay. Trey, again, unfazed. He'll go right after.
Ortiz comes to the plate. Janner on deck. 1 on with 2 outs here in the top of the first. And Ortiz gets under this one, and that's going to fall in for a hit. Sparshu will cut it off. The throw to third will not be in time as Canalicchio will slide in. That'll be a base hit for Ortiz. And that will bring up Evan Janner. Runners on the corners. And getting courtesy runner for the pitcher. That's number 14.
Yeah, number 14 is Cade Becker.
Cade Becker, courtesy running for Ortiz. Janner with a hot bat last night in this same slot.
Yeah, and he jumped right on the first pitch last night. We'll see if he does the same here.
Schluter from the stretch, a fastball hit up the middle, and that will score Canalicchio.
An exact same, right up the middle, right past pitcher. Last night, Colin, tonight being Trey Schluter, and, didn't waste any time jumping on that first pitch. So.
How big does that error look right now?
Yeah, very much so.
As that error has just scored. Runners at first and second with 2 outs for Elijah Farley. Schluter takes his time. The pitch, that's outside for ball 1. Now he's very animated on the balls.
A lot more vocal and a lot more movement in a ball call than a strike. Sort of opposite of what you're expecting.
He kind of moves his entire body. The lights are on. 1-0, a curveball. This is hit foul down the first baseline. That will even the count up at 1.
Yeah, one thing we didn't see a lot of last night is Farley, making much contact.
Schluter has the sign. Checks the runner at second. He'll deal for a ball. Two and 1 the count to Farley.
Yeah, defense pretty much staying at home. Not much movement out there.
Swing and a miss for a strike. That will even the count up.
Yeah, not any shift or anything like that. Again, they know these guys really well and have played them many times, and just looking to play normal slots out here.
The 2-2 pitch just misses inside, and Nathan turns around. That's just, where did that miss? And
yeah, that had late breaking pitch. Caught a lot of the plate, but so I don't know if the height on that was too low or too high.
Full count to Farley. The payoff pitch, that's fouled off. Miller gives the sign. Schluter comes set. Checks the runner at second. And he'll deal. This is hit to center. Landon Miller will track it and make the catch, and that will do it for the Cougars in the first. They get 1 run on 2 hits. They leave 2. And on to the bottom we go. Cougars leading 1-0 over your Rouse Raiders.
Quick little back pedal there from Landon Miller. He almost just slightly started to look like he was going to turn, thinking that ball got a little wind help to go deeper than he originally expected, but no issues. Able to corral that without any problems or drama.
Defensively for the Cougars tonight, on the mound, number 2, Sam Ortiz. Behind the plate, number 16, Colin Ott. At first base, number 22, Will Canalicchio. At second base, number 1, Trip Villanueva. At third base, number 17, Jackson Kinsey. At short, number 30, Cayman Cantu. In left field, number 10, Evan Janner. In center field, number 13, Isaac Irureta-Goyena. And in right field, number 18, Elijah Farley.
And again, not too much of a difference. Obviously, last night we did see Sam Ortiz at shortstop for basically the game, probably knowing that he was going to be the Game 2 starter. Obviously, they only went through 2 pitchers. The Braun Farr obviously taking the full 7 innings, and Uretagaina coming in relief and getting 1 inning, but did take the win because obviously going into the extra innings. So
due up for the Raiders in the first, Heinrich, Miller, and Kaspar, and Heinrich will take for a strike. Strikes he keeps close to his vest. Balls, he is very animated. The 0-1, and Heinrich will turn on this and send it foul down the third baseline. 0-2, the count to Heinrich, and that one will go to the backstop for ball 1. Landon Miller really helping out his on-deck fielding percentage. He's kind of taking some knocks in that position, and that pitch will miss for ball 2. That will even the count up.
Yeah, a little low on that one there, grazing the dirt a little bit.
The 2-2, this is hit back up the middle. Ortiz plays it, he has it, and will throw him out. That's what you get when you have a shortstop as a pitcher.
I was about to say the same thing. A very fast reflex, fast glove there for Sam Ortiz, and no issues at all.
Anyway, that was a pretty hard rope right up the middle. Miller will come to the plate, and he'll foul this one off for strike 1.
Seeing a little alumni, Rouse alumni here. Caden Crow coming to check out his.
Colby Diaz was in the house last night.
Yeah, great to see him. Good
and
shot.
Miller turns on this one and sends it down the left field line. Evan Janner will get it and throw it in to Villanueva at second, and that will hold Miller to a single.
And again, just loving that pull side does Landon Miller. And
that will bring up Caden Kaspar. Oscar Salazar on deck. Ortiz goes to the stretch. Miller extends his lead, and Ott loses sight of the ball, and as it goes to the backstop.
Yeah, and Landon actually thinking twice, seeing that there wasn't much of a effort there from Colin Ott to get to that ball. I thought maybe about going to third, but Coach
that was a wild pitch on Ortiz. 1-0 the count to Kaspar. Kaspar will turn on this. He'll hit it back up the middle. Cantu has it. He will throw him out at first. He looks to go to third, but opts to go to first. That will go 6-3 on the putout of Kaspar, but that will advance Miller to third. 2 away, 1 on with 2 outs for Oscar Salazar. Nolan Harris on deck. He'll take a curveball in for a strike.
Nice and low in the zone on that one. Good pitch. A lot of great movement.
Fastball down the middle for strike 2. The 0-2 pitch, that's down and away for ball 1.
Yeah, Ortiz.
That's one of those pitches that you would chase after,
yeah,
right?
Oh, yeah. No, I was going to say Oscar Salazar doing a great job of being patient there.
1-2. That's misses low for ball 2, and that will even the count. Deuce is wild, and Salazar sends this one deep left. This could go over
and
the fence, and he
gone.
clears the fence. A home run off the bat of Oscar Salazar.
And that, my friends,
a 2-run moonshot for Salazar will put the Raiders in the lead.
And I was going to say that, my friends, is exactly why Oscar Salazar is back in the lineup this evening. And was he so missed, even though he did come in a pinch hit spot last night, just was not the same as having him on the field the entire time. So
Tyler checking in. Let's go Cougars. That's my boys in red. Nolan Harris will come to the plate. He'll take for ball 1. A fastball low. The 1-0, that's in for a strike, and that will even things up at 1.
And again, another bat we'd love to see get hot again from Nolan Harris.
The 1-1 pitch. That's, wow.
Wow, that looked really good.
That looked really good.
I just don't know.
The 2-1. Again, it misses low.
Yeah, that one's definitely lower than the last one. Last one looked really good.
3-1. Tyler Sam Ortiz is on the mound for your Cougars. That pitch gets the inside. That was a generous pitch, but I'll call it a makeup pitch for one that was earlier.
Bringing it to full.
Full count to Harris. Harris will take inside for ball 4, and Raiders have another base runner aboard as Harris will draw the first walk of the evening from either team. Blake Gonzalez on deck with Mikey Caputo coming to the plate.
And I would suspect if Mikey gets on here and Nolan has to stay at second, they will probably pinch run for him.
First pitch misses. No, he just called it a strike. It was a little slow on that one. Like I said, he keeps it to his vest. If you're not looking, you're going to
real nonchalant.
The 0-1, that's low for ball 1, and that will even the count.
Yeah, very, very nonchalant. Just a little shimmy of the shoulders as he just slaps the hand out there, flick of the wrist.
The 1-1, that is to the backstop. Another wild pitch, and that will see Harris down to second.
And no, they're electing to stay with Nolan on the base path. A lot of extra guys in the – no, there it is. Okay. I knew it was coming. Coach just said, whoa, hold up here. Let's get number 27 in there. And that does draw the cheer of a lot of the boys.
That'll be a JV player that has come up.
Yep, and that would be Thompson. Thompson is what I have.
Yeah. He didn't put first names with them.
He did
not.
not.
Familiar with those players. That pitch misses low.
But again,
for
as expected, get some wheels out there so that anything in the grass, he has an opportunity to score.
Ortiz from the stretch. The pitch, that's in for a strike. And that will even things up at 2-2. Thank you, Lucas Sparshoe, for saying you're welcome. You're welcome, Tyler.
Big shotty.
Big shotty.
There it is.
This is hit out to right, and Farley will come in on it as he was playing shallow.
Very shallow. Oh, my goodness.
Was in the right spot at the right time, and that will end it for the Raiders. The Raiders get 2 runs on 1 hit. They leave 1. And after 1 complete, it's 2-1 Rouse. On to the second we go. Due up for the Cougars in the second, Kinsey, Head, and Villanueva. That'll be your 7, 8, and 9 hitters.
So I just did get a quick update. As was the issue last night, expecting storms coming in. They did hold off there in New Braunfels, luckily, and we've got the game in. I know that Liberty Hill is currently in a rain delay, as well as Cedar Park. Now, Cedar Park has not even started their game because they were going to be at 7 tonight. And I apologize. I did say 2 games today, 1 tomorrow, but it is 1 tonight and 2 tomorrow for Cedar Park. Liberty Hill was going to get 2 in today, starting at 5.
Provided they win. It's
Correct.
The same thing. It's win or go home for the Panthers.
And they are down right now
7
in the
2,
5th.
right?
In the 5th, 9-2.
9-2.
Rain delay. Not too sure that game will finish. And again, another update that I did see is pretty decent size hail. Was expected with this storm.
Tyler says, "Attaboy, Farley. I taught him to play shallow on smaller hitters."
They don't get much bigger than Mikey Caputo,
yeah, Mikey
though.
Caputo, he's not small for sure.
He's 6'3", pushing 6'4", 210, and he can fly. But he did play very well.
That first pitch to Kinsey misses low for ball 1. This one misses for ball 2. Angel checking in. Brian and Angel Sparshoe here to say thank you to Michael and Jonathan in Alabama for Sister Shotty's college graduation. Go Raiders. This one is popped up and hit out toward right field. Mikey Caputo in on it and will make the catch, and that will do it for Jackson Kinsey.
And Mr. Mikey Caputo returns the favor, says I can play shallow as well. You know, and that actually, wind did play with that a little bit.
It did.
You know, it was a little bit of a higher ball, but dropping. And, again, wind is always a factor here at Rouse Field.
That's his cousin. That's Tyler's cousin. Farley is Tyler's cousin. First pitch to Head, fouled off for strike one. Now, Kyle was one that came in last night.
Yes.
And we had a lefty on the mound.
Right.
And then Coach opted to pull the lefty and put a righty on there. And
then Head comes out, and then Farley comes back in because he was going to hit for Farley, who is also a lefty. You know, again, the gamesmanship.
That pitch in for strike two. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss for strike three, and that will do it for Head.
I looked fooled, did Kyle Head on that one, as he was expecting possible inside, and he just sort of threw the bat at it, hoping to foul it off and maybe get to see another pitch, but came up empty.
Trip Villanueva will make it to the plate. And he'll foul this off for a strike. Cantu going to walk it off again like last night. He was laughing about it. It's like, well, we hope not, Tyler. We hope not. The 0-1, this is hit back up the middle to Sparshu. It's short. He bobbles it. He plants the throw in time.
Great job. Heck of a stretch there from Nolan Harris.
What a stretch by Harris to get the call. That was a bang play right there to get Villanueva at first as he was down the line quick.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, that was a squirrely hop there for Joe Sparshu. I mean, he was definitely bodied on it, ready for it, and just as he thought it was going to be lower, you know, below the waist, it took a funny hop on that grass to dirt transition and hopped up almost up to his chest. Obviously was able to knock it down, and a nice strong arm, as always, from Joe Sparshu, and the stretch.
Little shotty doing work.
So great, both sides of that.
All right, Tyler, we'll see you back in a little while. Sam Ortiz back out to pitch the second, due up for the Raiders in the second. Likewise, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters, Gonzalez, Sparshu, and Miller.
Yeah, great inning there for Trey Schluter. Really, you know, first inning, not his fault, you know, for allowing that run, but at the same time, it can have an effect on your pitcher.
That pitch misses for ball one. The 1-0 pitch, that's in for a strike. So from what I understand on the lines here, Amanda, down the right and left field lines, it's 325. Straightaway center is about 370, 365 to 370. That is from Coach Crimpine. He measured it out one time.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they took the
No, he wants signs up there.
signs down?
Yeah, no, he wants the footage signs up there. Gonzalez will turn on this for a foul and take the count full. Nancy checking in. Let's go Raiders. Aunt Nancy and Uncle Jim watching from Michigan. Thank you all for tuning in and watching.
More Michigan Wolverines watching.
Well, they might be Spartans.
Or Spartans. I bet you they really like the Ohio State, though.
Gonzalez checks his swing and fouls it off.
You notice how I said that? The Ohio State.
The Ohio State.
I've got a really good friend who is a die-hard Buckeye.
The payoff pitch from Ortiz. This is fouled and out of play.
Got a great bat at work in here for Blake Gonzalez. Just
little shotty on deck. Joe Sparshu, the Raider shortstop. And again, they're calling for baseballs, much like last night.
Yeah, almost every other inning, there's just a lot of foul balls last night. Hopefully we'll see a lot of those making their way back into the game. And
Ortiz with a breaking ball in for a strike 3 call, and that will do it for Gonzalez as he's caught looking.
Tell you what, one thing the pitchers really, really love is that fresh ball every time, right? They don't mind the fouls and what have you when they get a fresh ball. Great laces, nice high laces.
Good grip. Nathan Miller on deck. Sparshoe will take for ball 1. Grandma Shotty, ha, Ohio. The 1-0, that's inside for ball 2.
Oh.
That one fouled off and out of play for strike 1.
A little late breaking on that. Just jammed him in on the hands. More of a defensive cut on that.
The deepest ball that I've ever seen hit out of this park was by Colby Diaz last year as he one-hopped the ROTC climbing wall and pitch inside for ball 3.
Yeah,
at a measured distance of 425 feet.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. I think it was absolutely
what a monster shot. Ball 4, a pitch that misses low, and Ortiz will give up his second walk of the night.
Yeah, and one thing I did talk, getting an opportunity to talk to Colby last night, obviously as we were really close to San Marcos, where he plays now, and had a good conversation about how well he's doing and making the travel squad. Super good for him. But I'll tell you what, that college workout program, that he is absolutely jacked right now.
Nathan Miller will come to the plate, and he'll take for ball 1. Rainer Heinrich on deck. Big Shot, he says, Wolverines over here, so you got that one right.
Hey, there you go.
He said, you got that right. The 1-0, that misses for ball 2, and that one goes in the dirt.
Uh-oh, and immediately
Coach Kozel making his way.
Get a quick visit
to the mound.
Not wanting to, going down 2-1. I mean, it's obviously very early.
Our press box crew here tonight, Kathleen Forsell on the PA, Kenny Espinoza on the scoreboard, and, of course, Jonathan and myself on the broadcast.
Yeah, and working on getting a guest speaker here in the press box. For those that have been able to catch some of our announcements broadcast throughout the season, I did discuss Big E, one of my buddies.
Big Easton,
this
right?
is Big Easton right here. Hey, Easton, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah, my wife wants one of our grandkids to be named Easton for baseball reasons.
Yeah, he's all into this game, really playing some T-ball. We're going to go check out his game tomorrow morning.
The 2-0 to Miller actually hits him, and that will put him on. Runners at first and second for the Raiders.
And not the answer that Coach Kozel was looking for after that mound visit. Then brings up the ever so deadly Rainer Heinrich.
We do have a courtesy runner, Dawson Snow at first. Courtesy running for the catcher, and Heinrich will take for ball 1. Heinrich 0 for 1. He grounded back to the pitcher his first time up. Landy Miller on deck. The 1-0 to Heinrich, and he'll hit that one foul and out of play for strike 1.
Yeah, very interesting. Not something you see too often from Rainer is that opposite field.
Veronica Arnold checking in. Wonderful team. Love hearing you call the game. Thank you so very much for your kind words. The 1-1 pitch. That's high and inside for ball 2.
Almost brushed him as well. Almost really catching that sleeve of the jersey, which would count as a hit batter, but had some room in there, probably for a piece of paper maybe.
Sparshoe extends his lead to second, and Heinrich hits this one to deep left center. This one is going to the fence. Sparshoe will round third and head for home, and Snow will hold up at third. An RBI double from Rainer Heinrich.
Yeah, great piece of hitting there. You know, showing opposite field on the outside pitch and then not missing that inside pitch at all as he hit that to a very, very deep part of the outfield.
Raiders extend their lead.
As we would always say, shopping at the gap was Rainer Heinrich.
Runners at second and third with one out for Landon Miller. Miller will take for ball one.
He almost looked like he wanted to call that a strike.
Caden Kaspar on deck. Ortiz from the windup, and he will deal the 1-0, and Miller will turn on this. My gosh, what a swing. Hits it foul.
Yeah, just rolling over
one
on that one just a hair and, you know, obviously sending it foul, but keeping Coach Crimpine on his toes over there.
I would like to know what the bat speed was on that swing right there. That was,
oh, yeah.
Wow. Do have some activity going in the Cougar bullpen. The pitch misses low for a ball, and Miller in a 2-1 count.
Yeah, it looks like almost three different guys up in the bullpen.
Ortiz will wind and deal. This is hit foul and out of play. So going back to the banquet the other night, they honored me and I'm very humbled by it. They gave me a plaque and a gift card for 10 years of Raider broadcasting.
Yeah, great
that
recognition there. And, you know, that's one thing that our booster club and parents, you know, as a whole, they really want to acknowledge things that they feel big for, you know, that they're really appreciative of. And that's something, you know, coaches getting multiple gifts for the banquet. And I'll show you, Michael.
2-2, a curveball is cut on and missed for strike three. And that will do it for Miller. And that will bring up Caden Kaspar. Kaspar grounded to short his first time up. So, and the thing about it, too, is I love doing this. My boys played for Rouse, and all three boys went to school here. Two played baseball. And Kaspar will take for a ball. And as I was the vice president of the Booster Club at the time, when they asked me if I would be interested in doing the play-by-play, because they thought that I had that type of voice for it. And
yes, sir.
This is what we've morphed into, and Kaspar will foul that one away.
Yeah, he really wanted that one back.
Jack
did Caden.
That was Scott Jacobs that asked me that, and he was our Booster Club president at the time. And I've been doing it ever since. And Kaspar gets underneath this one and lifts it foul into the Cougar bullpen. And Kaspar in a 1-2 count. And this is all volunteer. I have never taken a dollar from the Booster Club to do this. The 1-2 pitch to Kaspar misses outside, and that will even things up at 2.
Definitely a close one there. You know, trying to get him to chase with that outside breaking away.
The Deuce's wild pitch. This is fouled down the first baseline. And Oscar Salazar helping his on-deck fielding percentage. Look at him get after that.
Clipped him on the foot a little bit.
Yeah, I think he's still right at .999 on his on-deck fielding percentage. The 2-2 pitch, this is fouled away, and Kaspar chopping wood out there.
You know, once again, just staying alive, ruining these pitches that have a lot of late movement on them. So, you know, great to see that, and just waiting for that one. And that's all it takes. Keep getting opportunities like he has.
Don Miller checking in. Let's go Raiders. Kaspar will hit this one foul down the first baseline. Still in a 2-2 count. Deuce is wild. And this is four of a kind, right? You got 2 strikes, 2 balls, 2 outs, and 2 on.
And 2 on.
Ortiz will wind and deal, and Kaspar will hit this one out to right. Farley will track it and make the catch, and that will end the Raiders' second. They get one run on one hit, and they leave two. On to the third we go. Woo, my goodness. Folks, I am seeing some baseball-sized hail. Jonathan just got a picture from a friend in
Burnett,
and he's holding a hailstone about the size of a baseball. I hope my wife will hurry up and get that car home, if she isn't home already.
Yeah, about to pull radar up as well. Just keep an eye. I mean, we've got all the safety features, and just like that, as I mentioned, safety features, we were just given the sign that the game is now under delay. There is a strike warning system in with the home field dugout that the trainers will keep in their possession for instances like this where we have weather coming in, and sure enough, yeah, they're making their way around and letting everybody know that we are now currently in a delay.
And so what that will probably mean is that we may have to stop the stream for a little bit until they allow us to start the game back. We will see, and we will let you know, and then I will try to keep up with it on the chat to let you know when we can expect to return, because we do have to leave the stands. They will not allow us to stay in the press box as well. So we'll put the windows in, and we'll end up stopping the stream for a bit, and then I will stay on with the chat and see if I can keep y'all updated on that as well. But we are currently in a delay due to lightning. And as I just mentioned, Jonathan has pictures. Burnett, about 30 miles down the road from us on Highway 29, with baseball-size hail currently.
Yeah, Liberty Hill still in that rain delay, and as they have been now since 5:45, I believe, was when they got put into delay. Obviously, their first game starting at 5 o'clock this afternoon. And
so their
boys are getting ready to cover the
mound, cover the on-deck circle. Not sure if they're going to have time to be able to cover the infield. So then we'll have to get windows in. Yeah, we have to set that window in.
Yes, sir.
So, but we're gonna kind of sign off from now. We will not end the stream, so we will be able to start the stream back up once they pick up our signal again. So for Jonathan Kaspar, Kathleen Forsell, Kenny Espinosa, and myself, we will be back with y'all as soon as we can. Thank you for tuning in as Liberty Hill. All right, so what we're going to do, folks, we talked about it because this could go for a while, and if we stop stream and for an extended period of time, then it'll automatically end the stream altogether. So what we're going to do, folks, we're going to leave it going and leave the camera up, and we'll put a message in the chat that we're in a rain delay, and that way we'll be able to keep up with it. So when you check in, it's just going to be a camera shot and getting a feed. So we keep the stream up once we actually go active, and then eventually we can trim the video via YouTube for review.
Correct, yeah, that way we can avoid watching the rain.
So, and that way you kind of see what's going on here anyway. So, but for Jonathan Kaspar, I'm Michael Francis. Again, thank you all for tuning in and watching Rouse Raider Baseball on SHN Sports.
Welcome back, Raiders fans. It has been decided that the game will be canceled this evening. We will be picking up where we left off tomorrow at noon. Now, the planned schedule is tomorrow at noon here at Rouse Field, as long as weather permits, meaning condition of field. As long as we don't get dumped on tonight and we are able to go tomorrow, we will pick up this game where we left off in the third, top of third, Raiders up 3-1. After this game, if Raiders do win the game, we will be headed down to New Braunfels for the rubber match at 6 p.m. Again, noon here tomorrow at Rouse Field. If the weather does not allow us to play, then we will be at Glen. So again, regardless of condition of field, regardless of which field, it will be at noon, whether it be here at Rouse, conditions being okay, or Glen, and then 6 p.m. at Canyon Cougar Field. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Sorry for the delay. Just wanted to get everybody updated. We will have the game stream going tomorrow, obviously finishing this game out, and if we win, we will be broadcasting the game at New Braunfels. Thanks, everybody, and have a great night.